to our kind of Friday Canvas scavenger hunt kind of virtual workshop. I know I don't want to speak for everyone, but I think a little bit of this is getting our teacher brain back, our student brain back, and really just grounding ourselves to start the school year really strong. So I can speak, I know for our team, we were so thankful for have all of you come yesterday, see your beautiful faces, get all your materials ready. And then this morning, we want to kind of help walk you through. We'll hear from Ms. Martin in a moment, but then I'll kind of also walk you through your Canvas courses, make sure you feel really confident to have a great weekend, and then go in really elevated, scholarly ready for Monday. So with that, Mrs. Martin, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Raymond. So good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to see all of you, and I love that most of you, a good chunk of you at least, have your cameras on so that we can see your faces. I think that's the tough part for a lot of the teachers and myself. And then when we meet you and you have masks on and we can only see you from the eyes up, it's great to see your full faces and we can really read your expressions. So thank you. It does look like we have quite a few repeaters, former elevated students last year that have returned, so which is really cool. I really like that you're going to kind of understand how elevated works a little bit better. And for those of you that are new, Elevated is a new school. This is only the second year that we've been in existence, and it was sort of creative out of a need from COVID, but it's continued on because we've had a lot of families request using having an online school. So we are very excited to have you join us this year. The mascot of Elevated, as you can see from a lot of people who don't have their camera on, is the Eagles. So that was a mascot chosen by the students last year. And they felt like that really represented what an eagle does. An eagle elevates, it soars. So our expectation for you is to soar and be successful student within our school. You'll find that it's very flexible. While you do have live online classes every day, you will not be sitting in front of a screen with a teacher all day for 6 hours. I know if you went to the middle school last year and when you did the virtual learning, it was in front of a computer for the whole school day. So that can be really long. It's very different at Elevated. And you will also find that the teachers who are in this room with you, your teachers, I think you have some of the best teachers in the whole district that care about you and you being successful, probably more than any other teachers you've ever met. They're willing to give you as much of their time as they can, and they'll go over their schedules with you so that you know when to contact them. But they are also very responsive. They talk about what they're doing behind the scenes with each other a lot. And I don't think I've ever seen that type of collaboration with teachers. So you are very lucky to have this staff supporting you. And if there's anything that you ever need, you're also welcome to email me and contact me. I'm more than willing to kind of step in and help you if you're struggling with something. And if you don't feel like you can reach out to one of the teachers, we want you to be as supported as absolutely possible. So please don't hesitate to email us, any of us, or contact any of the teachers, because that's what we're here for. We're here for you, and we want you to be successful, and we want you to be an eagle that soars and elevates. So we have the teachers have created a great activity morning for you, and just to get you really acquainted so you are confident starting next week when we start with the academics. I know it's kind of weird for us to start on a Thursday. Other districts do it, but I think it feels weird for everyone. And so we had kind of a soft start, meaning yesterday was a little bit easier, just getting your materials, meeting people, going over Canvas a little bit. And then Monday we're gonna jump out and really get going. And you will start your electives not next week, but the week after. So we're gonna get all those inputted. I just want to make sure I covered that because I know we had to do it manually. So Diana, who's our school secretary, will be putting all those in probably today. But you'll get used to your academic schedule next week and you'll be ready to roll. So I'm very excited to have you all join us. And please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask your teachers or myself. We are here for you, and we're here to support you to make sure you're successful. Ms. Raymond, Am I supposed to go around, or are you doing that to do the introductions?
Thank you, Mrs. Martin. I think we're going to hear from the teachers really quick while we're in our main group to give introductions. And I think Miss Loomis, if you wanted to start off, just kind of your name, what we teach, something about yourself, and share your spirit animal.
My spirit animal. You'll laugh at this. Okay, my name is Miss Loomis, and I'm the math teacher. I have been teaching math for a long time. I've also credentialed to teach science, and I was a 4th grade teacher for many years, and I taught kindergarten. So, you know, the gamut. I'm excited to be at Elevated, partly because it allows us to have a very flexible schedule, and I really love doing things out in the daytime. Not so much right now when it's smoky, but when it's nice, I love to be outside, and hopefully I see some of you guys out, you know, on your bikes or on the trails or on the slopes or something this year. That would be a lot of fun. And my spirit animal is actually a friend of my nephew. He's a human being, and it's because he is doing all of the things I absolutely love. He's been traveling through Nepal, and he's just spent a whole bunch of time in Alaska, and he's doing all these fantastic climbing and stuff. And so I asked him if he would be my spirit animal, and he felt like he was very proud of that. Anyway, so my spirit animal is a human being.
Thank you so much, Miss Loomis. Miss Malone, would you like to do your introductions?
I can jump in while we wait for Miss Malone there. Hi, everybody.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Go ahead, Alice.
Okay, why don't you go after me?
Okay.
All right, so welcome, Elevated students. My name is Miss Solis. I'll be your science teacher this year. So I've been a science teacher and an avid teacher in the district for the past 19 years, long time. I've taught biology, I've taught STEAM, I've taught middle school science, I've taught all levels of avid. So like Miss Loomis said, the whole gamut. But I'm really excited to be here with you guys. It's great to see some familiar faces this year joining us again. And I just think that with this, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of potential to grow and to learn and to build a community. So I'm really excited about that. And I really look forward to getting to know you and to working with you and doing science with you. So let's see, the spirit animal. I love animals, so it's always hard for me to choose, but I'm going to go with otter because they are playful. They love the water, and I love to be in the water too. So I'm going to go with otter. That's my spirit animal, my connection to a furry being. All right, Miss Malone, are you ready?
I am.
All right.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Malone. I'm the English teacher. I'm going to teach 7th, 8th, and 9th English. I taught English at South Tahoe Middle School. And previous to that, I was a substitute for the district for many years, so you might recognize me. Before that, I had a career in college admissions for about 15 years. So I was the director of admissions for a bunch of colleges. So I still take a similar approach in that when I meet students, I'm not just thinking about how you're doing on certain assignments, but thinking about how you will approach the world, what sort of career you're going to be in one day, and how to foster who you are and your strengths. And so that's for fun. I like kayaking, I like hiking, I like kickboxing. Maybe some of you enjoy the same hobbies. For my spirit animal, I'm going to go lion, just because my sign is Leo. And maybe some of you summer babies have the same sign as me. And so that's my spirit animal. Tom, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Mr. Perazzo. I teach all the electives actually, Mrs. Perazzo is going to teach a couple of electives this year for you guys. As you met us yesterday. I do all the digital stuff, photography and Photoshop and video production, computer science stuff, Minecraft too. And so, yeah, this is year 25 teaching for me. And I've done, let's see, math, social studies, career exploration, television, video production, robotics, video game design. So, yeah, all those things are about learning how to learn things. And while you're learning skills, I'm hoping that you're learning how to learn and unlearn and relearn things, and pairing all that with having fun, because if it's not fun, not fun for me, it's not fun for you. So that's kind of my goal with my classes. As far as my spirit animal, I think I'd have to go with dog. I love dogs. They're adventurous, and family oriented, cute, and yeah, it's a good measure of a person with how much dog likes them. So that's my story.
Thank you, Mr. Perazzo. So good morning, everyone. I'm Ms. Raymond. I will be teaching history, social science, and I'll also have the pleasure of teaching the Spanish elective. And I've been teaching in the district for, I think, 17 years. So I kind of lose track a little bit. And one of the reasons I love teaching is I believe in the potential of youth, and I count on all of you to help this planet survive. Humanity needs you, and so my faith is in you, and I look forward to working with you on really challenging topics, really fun topics, because as Mr. Perazzo said, I like to have fun at work, so if I'm having fun, hopefully you're having fun as well. One of the pieces that I also look forward to doing is working with all of our fabulous teachers here on interdisciplinary projects and getting us outside when we can and it's safe, and I'm just really happy to be at Elevated. My spirit animal, I think right now, is a kitty corn. I have a 3.5-year-old. Some of you maybe remember hearing her / seeing her last year on our meet. She's in preschool, so she will not be my assistant regularly, but we are really into kitty corns, and they are cats and unicorns combined, and they are adorable, and they are fearless, and they are funny and beautiful. And so right now, that's how I'm kind of feeling, like a kitty corn. So thank you for the introduction. Scholars, what we'd like to do is put you in a breakout, and we're going to ask that when you move into the breakouts, that'd be a great opportunity in the smaller group to have your cameras on. The teachers are going to be split up with a small group of you. We'll be in our breakouts for about 20 minutes, and we'll have some activities for you. Then there'll be about a 10-minute break, and then we'll also be able in our breakouts to kind of go through our Canvas scavenger hunt. So please, colleagues, if I'm missing anything, don't hesitate to interrupt, but I think that's kind of our next step. So should I go ahead and set up the breakouts? Is that, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Ms. Raymond.
Awesome. Just kind of going with it.
Thanks.
Awesome. So it's just 9:45. Welcome back, everybody. Jack, thanks for having your camera on. Levi, looking awesome. How are we doing? We got 31 others. So scholars, we're going to stay together in the main room for about the next 15-20 minutes. You'll hear from each one of us about just some logistics for next week. And I would encourage you to use the chat. This is a great opportunity for you to demonstrate your studenting and your digital etiquette and your responsibility. The chat is for academic purposes, and it's also for clarification and questions. So I'll be moderating the chat. If something that Ms. Zalas, Ms. Malone, Mr. Perazzo, Ms. Loomis says that you're like, wait, what? Feel free to use the chat appropriately for questions. With that being said, Ms. Zalas, would you like to walk us through our awesome academic schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So starting on Monday, we're going to begin our academic classes following our regular schedule. All of you got a paper copy of your schedule yesterday. Hopefully you have that close to you. If you do, hold it up. But that schedule is what we need you to follow every day. And we're going to begin using that schedule starting on Monday. Now, 7th graders, 8th graders, and 9th graders, you each have different schedules. Some of you also have different schedules based on the math class that you're in. The schedules are also posted on the Elevated Digital Learning Academy website. So if you don't have a paper copy, if you weren't there yesterday, you can go to the Elevated website, and the schedules are posted. Just find your grade level, and you can open it by grade level, and you can follow your schedule. So I'm going to try to share my screen to show you guys an overview of what your day is going to look like as Elevated students. Okay, so can someone give me a verbal confirmation that you can see this schedule?
Yes.
Great, thank you. Okay, so here we are on a Monday. So Monday morning, you will log on to math. So what that means is you will go to Miss Loomis's Math Canvas course and to her page, and she's going to give you guys instructions about what this time is going to be. And that's from 8:30 to 9:15. And that is for all students. Okay.
Can I interject here?
Yes, Ms. Loomis, I was just going to ask you, do you want to talk about what that time is?
So that means your academic day starts at 8:30 in the morning, all of you. And I will talk specifically about this particular time and how you should be using it on Monday at 8:30. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all of you a link similar to how you got your link today. I'm going to send the link through the email because not everybody knows how to work with my Canvas. And then I will show you and walk through how to use my Canvas class and find all the links you need during that time. So it's especially important for the 7th grade to be there. 8th grade, I'll probably send you off quicker because you will know how to do it. But I will send an email with a link to that at before 8:30 so that you can just check your email and come in just like you did this morning. Okay, so that's for Monday. All right.
Great.
Ms. Hall.
Okay. So every morning starts with math work time. Then you have a 5-minute break in between each of your classes. Then your next class will be, if you're in 7th grade, you will have English Language Arts. If you're in 8th grade, you will have history from 9:20 to 10:05. Again, you'll have a 5-minute transition break, and then you'll head to your next class, which will be 7th graders will do history and 8th graders will do English Language Arts. So all of your classes are 45 minutes with 5 minutes in between them. So after you have this break at 11 o'clock, you'll head to your next class if you have Spanish. Or if you are in High School Math 1, this is the time that you will meet. Now, here's something different from last year is from 11:45 to 12:15, we have something called Study Hall. Study Hall is actually mandatory. We expect that all of you will attend. And what Study Hall is a time for you to be present with a teacher doing your work for the day. You can work on any subject you want to, but it's a given time slot so that you have access to a teacher if you need it during that time. So you will be actively doing your work for the day during Study Hall. What's great about Study Hall is that if you have a question, a teacher's there to help you answer that question. If you want to work with other students, so for example, let's say there's a group of you that want to work on high school math, one together on the assignment, that teacher can put you in a breakout room and a group of you can work on math together collaboratively. So study hall is an opportunity for you to get help if you need it. It's also to hold you accountable to get that work done for the day. And it's also a place to collaborate where you can work with other students. So that goes till 12:15. Then we've got a nice lunch break scheduled in there for you, 12:15 to 12:45. We also have some movement scheduled from 12:45 to 1:30. If you guys do outside activities and sports, those can count as your movement. We'll be sending you guys some more information later about how you're going to log your PE time. But we have it scheduled here for you guys if you want to put it in your schedule at that time. And then between 1:30 and 3, we just expect that you would be continuing your work for the day. You guys can work collaboratively if you want to. And at the very bottom here, you'll see something really unique is from 6:30 to 7 p.m. Your teachers is available. So one teacher is available each day of the week in the evening. So if something comes up and you need some help, because maybe you decided you were going to do your work later in the evening and you have some questions, we're available to you during this time. So that's kind of a brief overview of your daily schedule. So if you want to see your schedule based on your grade level, I would encourage you to look at the piece of paper that you got yesterday, or go to the Elevated website and click on your grade level to see your schedule. And on the only day that is different is on Fridays. And on Fridays, we'll begin at 9:20 to 10:05. And this is strategies for student success. You guys will be getting into smaller groups for strategies for student success. This is a time where we check in with you. We'll go over and look at your grades. We will reflect on the week. We will answer questions for you. This is our check-in time with students. And we're also going to be sharing some strategies for you guys to help you become successful online learners. Also on Fridays, we are available in small groups or one-on-one by appointment. So if you want to meet with a teacher, you can schedule a time to meet with them on Fridays, so we can give you some personalized attention. All right, so that covers the daily schedule. This begins on Monday. So that is right here for you guys. Remember, on the piece of paper or on the Elevated schedule, way that you access your classes is through Canvas. So for example, if I have English, if I'm a 7th grader, I have English Monday morning. After I went to Miss Loomis's class on Canvas, I would click on Miss Malone's English class on Canvas and hit the link to go to my class meeting there. All right, so if you have any questions, the chat box is a great place to put any questions that you might have. I know this little document here seems rather overwhelming. But you guys will get the hang of it. It's just a new schedule to follow, and we're happy to answer any questions that you might have. Yes, Javier. So every day you're going to start with math work.
Maybe I can address why we're doing it that way. At the end of the year, I put out a survey and I asked kids all kinds of questions. And one of the most common things that kids said was, it was hard for me because I was doing your video lesson and then I had a question, but I was all by myself and I couldn't come to you at that particular time and I was confused. And then by the time Miss Loomis had, her office hours or whatever, you were moved on. And so it was hard for you. So what I'm doing is making it so that everybody has a time that they can be working on their virtual math lesson. And when you have that question you want to ask, I'm right there and you can come and ask me. So that's really what it's for. It's also built in because you may only have your math class one day a week, but you have math every day. And so it helps you know that and build it into your schedule so that we can all feel successful. I hope that sort of clarifies that a little bit.
I'm just showing everybody where you can find your schedule.
Ms. Loomis, really quick, Aiden had a question in the chat. That includes ninth graders, right?
I see that.
everybody.
Yes, it's everybody. Every single math class is going to be coming this coming Monday at 8:30, and I can then get so much explained to each of you. Okay.
And Mrs. Raymond just put the link to Elevated's website in the chat. I just shared it with everybody. So you just go to Elevated's website. You click on schedules. So Ethan, Simone, anybody else who needs another schedule, Elevated Academy's website is in the chat. You click on schedules at the very top and drop down to 7th, 8th, and 9th, and your schedule is right there for you. So on Monday, do we know what we're doing? Somebody put in the chat or verbalize, what is the first thing you're going to do on Monday? Where are you going on Monday?
And you can always say, how are you going to get there? How will you know how to get there?
Where are you going Monday? You're all going to the same place. And how will you get there?
Nice, Miss Raymond. Miss Raymond knows.
I have a question.
Yes.
Will Miss Loomis send us a Google Meet link in our Gmail?
Yes.
I'm assuming she will. Okay.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the email that you got this morning, and I'm just going to take that exact same email and forward it on again. So it'll be exactly the same as how you got onto this meeting.
Okay. So
I don't know what that means.
Oh, say it again then. She doesn't understand, Miss Loomis.
I am going to email you the link exactly the same as Miss Raymond emailed you the link for this meeting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so check your email. Monday morning, I'll probably send it out at about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to see Miss Loomis Monday at 8:30, right? So you're all getting the same link. How do I find Miss Loomis Monday at 8:30? Check your email, and there's the link. Okay, then you have your second class. How are you going to find your second class on Monday? What's the plan? How are you going to find your second class on Monday? Where are you going to go?
Check your email, and then there's the link.
And you can check your email, but where else can you go to find that class and how to find the Zoom or the BBB or the Google Meet? Besides email, where else can you go to find information? Let's say I look at my schedule and I know I have English. How do I find it besides checking my email?
Canvas?
Yes, you go to the Canvas course, okay? So in the Canvas course, I will post that link. I'll also put it in announcements. I'll post the link. I'll put it in announcements, and I'll send an email. So it'll be in your email. It'll be in Canvas under announcements. Some of us teachers have it right on our homepage. Any other tips, you guys, on how they can find the link for your class in Canvas? That about cover it.
How about students go right now and choose a class and see if you can figure out where a link to get to your class is, and see and click it and see what happens.
Well, Ms. Loomis, that might be helpful if our Meet links were set up, but they might not
Okay.
be for all of us.
Okay.
Um,
Actually, that's true. Mine aren't all set up either. So
All right, I'll share my screen for a second.
Yeah,
I'll
Lauren, maybe you can share your screen and just show the students what the
Yep.
dashboard looks like, because that's when
I
you,
can
when
even
you-
show them how to find a class because I have a
when
link
you
in there.
log into Canvas, you'll go to your dashboard, and on
Okay.
your dashboard, you'll see all of your classes.
So here's all my courses. Okay, let's say I'm in 7th grade English and I click on my English class. Okay, here's the home page. If I scroll down to the bottom, there are these nifty buttons. Okay, and if I'm looking for my Google Meet class for English, if I click right here, look at that. It's going to take me to my English class. I can find this same link. Okay, so I found it right here. There's a button. So I'm in my English course. I have a whole bunch of courses in my dashboard. Okay, I'm in 7th grade English. I click on my English class. I'm in the home page. Make sure you're home. Always start home. I scroll down and I click on Google Meet. And right there is the link that is going to take you to my English class. I'll also put it under announcements. So a big banner is going to come up that's also going to have that link. As soon as you get into my English class, there'll be a big banner here with the link, and that announcement will also send it to your email. So it'll be in your email. It'll be a big banner right here, and it'll also be by just clicking on this button right here will take you to your English class on Monday if you have English, for example, after math. You may not, but if you do. Does that help? Yes? Yes? Did that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay, so email and Canvas. That's
He
how you
screamed
find
in
your
my
class.
ear.
Did you say something, Rachel?
Because I just got surprised because like Jack just screamed in my microphone.
Oh,
It was
okay.
really loud.
So are we good on schedules, you guys? Can we move on to digital etiquette? Or are there any other scheduling questions? Okay, let's move on to digital etiquette. I'll share my screen. If somebody could man the chat for me, that would be great. Thank you, Mrs. Raymond.
I'll woman the chat for you, Mrs. Malone.
Thank you. Woman it. Thank you. All right. Digital etiquette. How do I practice polite digital behavior as an elevated eagle? Okay. So we're going to just spend literally 5 minutes on digital etiquette. So if you could put your eyes on your screen, that would be excellent. So that you know how to behave in digital classes throughout the year. Okay. So define digital is involving or related to computer or technology, and etiquette is behavior. So how are we going to behave? How are we going to behave when we're in live classes or just emailing teachers, contacting each other, communicating with each other, student to teacher example. So we're going to talk about behavior in a digital form. Okay, so we want to make sure that this place is a positive place, that we learn, that we grow, that we work together. And we could do this through the chat. We can do this through communicating with each other verbally, but we want to make sure we behave professionally. So the chat, you guys, is for academics. The chat is not for other silly stuff that has nothing to do with school, because once that happens, we need to disable it. We don't want to disable the chat. We want it to be there for an academic tool. So let's use the chat to connect with each other and help each other out in an academic way, okay? But it's there for academic purposes. Let's be positive. Let's make sure that we use positive feedback. So not, you're wrong, right? But you know what? I actually disagree with you. Here's what I'm thinking. Or you know what may work better, right? So we're going to use positive communication, and we're going to use the chat for academic purposes, okay? Creating a culture of integrity and accountability not only improves effectiveness, it also generates a respectful, enjoyable, life-giving setting in which to work, okay? So again, we want to be respectful of your teacher, of each other, and keep it a positive learning space. Okay. So in order to be accountable, please listen to this. So if you're going to miss class, If for some reason you're going to miss class, not you, but a parent or guardian needs to send us an email or a text or whatever it may be saying Jedediah is going to be missing class because he has an orthodontist appointment. Okay, so that can't come from you, the student. You can't say, Mrs. Malone, I'm out tomorrow. I'm going to see the dentist. It has to come from a parent or a guardian if you're going to miss class. Okay, so please let us know if you're going to miss a class and you know in advance. And that email or text or what have you should come from a parent or guardian, not you. Okay, speaking of which, as you notice, you have live classes through 12:15. So if you can schedule appointments in the afternoon, that would be best, right? Because your afternoons are great time to schedule dentist appointments, orthodontist appointments, etc. So tell mom and dad, hey, when you're scheduling appointments for me, if possible, could we schedule those in the afternoon? Because I have live classes in the morning. Also, Fridays, you only have one class. It's that Strategies for Success at 9:20 to 10:05. Fridays is a great day for appointments too. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're scheduling appointments where you have choice on the day and the time to focus on afternoons and Fridays. Okay, so you are accountable. You do need to email us if there's a problem, communicate with us. If you're going to be excused for any reason, that should come from a parent. Teachers, does anybody want to add anything in terms of accountability or digital etiquette that we haven't covered so far?
Yeah, just again, that participation is so important. That it's the environment that we're creating, and we want to create a positive environment for learning. And in order to do that, we need everybody to participate fully and to be present and to have their cameras on. It makes for a much more positive learning environment.
In regard to Ms. Zales said, we would love everyone's camera on. You are expected to turn your camera on. So now you know, take 5 minutes to brush your hair or whatever it is that makes you feel camera ready, to grab a hat, to lower the lights, whatever it takes, but you are expected to have your camera on. Loneliness weakens immunity. Having family and friends increases immunity by 60%. So you'll be a happier, healthier person if you can see one another, if you feel that you can connect to one another. It's good for your brain. It's good for your immunity. You'll be more healthy, both mentally and physically, if you turn those cameras on and you participate and you connect. Okay, you'll feel more part of a group and not home by yourself. Anybody else want to add anything?
Jack, I saw you raise your hand. Do you have a question?
Actually, never mind.
Okay, feel free to raise your hand or use the chat if it comes to you.
Anything else, you guys? Okay. I think Mr. Perazzo was going to go over the learning agreement.
I really think that you kind of covered all the important stuff in there. I just want to add that the single most important thing you can do this whole experience is to communicate. Okay, so if something doesn't make sense and you're not sure, you have to ask questions. That's literally a large part of our job, is to answer your questions. They pay us to help you. So if anytime gets stuck in your head and you're like, then email us, raise your hand, ask questions. Because you know what happens if you do nothing? Nothing happens. And it's so simple. But that's often how you end up, like with assignment. If an assignment doesn't make sense and you go, oh, I don't get it. That's how you end up getting not so good grades. So you have to ask for help. And I mean, that is part of participating.
Yeah, you can avoid a lot of frustration. Avoid a lot of frustration if you just ask for clarification, whether it's from each other or from your teachers.
You can message us in Canvas. You can send us an email. Our email is right on our Canvas home pages. You can message us in Canvas. Those are the two, I think, best ways to communicate outside of class. Inside of class, put a question in the chat. You can raise your hand.
Yeah, because avoiding asking for help and can lead to avoiding doing assignments And then you end up having to have parents and teachers have conferences and talk to you. And you can just avoid all that stuff by just doing the work and asking for help if you get stuck.
Any other questions regarding digital etiquette, scheduling, anything at all? Because we're going to move on to the scavenger hunt. If there's any other questions, ask them because somebody else might be thinking the same thing. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes, Javier, it is. That's a great question. Friday's morning class, the Strategies for Student Success, is a class you're enrolled in. Going back to Mr. Perazzo's point about communication and a parent or guardian excusing you, that's a great question, Javier. It's not been set up yet. You'll get an invitation in Canvas, and you should be able to accept the invite. Either myself or Mr. Perazzo will be your instructors for trimester 1 for Strategies for Student Success. So I can double check when which one you're enrolled in and make sure I can resend the invite as well. But say, for example, Friday morning, you can't make it. Mom or dad, parent or guardian sends an email. You kids can have access to the recordings. There are ways to, make up our classes if you can't make it. But we do look forward to starting each day with you, and then again, finishing early to be flexible, and then have you kids out and about doing the things that you love to do, which I think is part of the reason a lot of us are at Elevated, is that flexibility and balance of life and work and school. So great question. And scholars, as things come up, we're going to so when I opened the breakouts, it reset up our same breakouts, which is kind of nice because we all just did a little activity in them and got to be together. I'm not going to put a time on them. I'm just going to open up the rooms, and then we'll be in our breakouts to do the Canvas scavenger hunt. And I think to Miss Loomis's request, we're going to do the math module last, and then the students will be able to take their knowledge check when we're done with the scavenger hunt. Am I correct on that, Miss Loomis?
Yes, but can I say one thing? Because there's 3 kids in here who I do not want them to take their knowledge check because the wrong course is put into their ALEKS, and I'm going to get that changed, and it's just going to mean they're going to have to do it again. So if you're in accelerated math, raise your hand. If you're, give me I need to know that you're here. If you're in accelerated math, I do not want you going into ALEKS and taking your knowledge check. It's just going to be a waste of your time. I'll give you time on Monday to do it.